Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Air signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Air signs, this is a career reading, and we're going to be using 2 decks today for it. It's the Elemental Oracle for the overall energy and the Radiant Wilds Tarot for your tarot reading. So let me put this here and get ourselves situated. Okay, cards have been pre-shuffled for the air signs overall energy for their career reading. Wow, okay. Are some of you an entrepreneur or embarking on something entrepreneurial? The card number is number 13, which corresponds to the Death card in the Major Arcana. Death card talks about something coming to an end so that something new can begin. It's a cycle that is coming to a close. The place is desert, and the word is solitariness. And we've seen this card before. This card has come out in some of my readings. But for this career reading today, it really shows me that you're either embarking on or thinking of embarking on a path of your own business, or, you know, if it's not a business, because for me, career is not simply encompassing the place where you get a paycheck. It could be something that you're involved in regarding a side project or a creative endeavor, somewhere that you are spending a lot of energy and time and resources. So with this card, you know, she's kind of, or this figure is kind of swinging alone. And, you know, this dress actually reminds me of a wedding dress. So I don't know if, it's not that I see any of you getting a divorce, but it's more about divorcing yourself from something so that you can spend some time alone. So I don't know if that is kind of leaving a job, and I'm not telling you to leave your job. That is up to you to decide. You have free will. It's more just saying that you are privileging, kind of doing things in the way that you see fit. But I do feel like this is a side project or something you're trying to get off the ground, and I feel as though you've been trying to get it off the ground for a while. And the reason why I say that is because see how this character, it's like one foot is lower than the other. It's almost like if you imagine yourself on a physical swing and you're kind of kicking off your foot so you can, it's like you need to like gain momentum on the swing so that you can fully lift both of your feet up. So that's kind of what I'm seeing, that there might have been some fits and starts to this endeavor that could have been challenging for you. And maybe it involved other people at first, and now you're kind of striking out on your own. So I'm going to get 3 cards. The first card is going to be your challenges, the second your successes, and the third advice from Spirit. For the air signs, please, for their career. Interesting. Interesting. All cards came in the upright. First card is the King of Swords. Gemini, you showed up in your own reading. This is Gemini energy, sometimes attributed to Libra. Mainly Gemini for me. King of Swords is somebody who is a great authority figure, very learned person, somebody who is an expert in their field. And I also see here like these kind of rings, these concentric circles. It's kind of like somehow you've been like trying to transmit your knowledge. I see something having, because this is in the challenge position, so could be like you not feeling quite in your element, as this is a swords energy, which is the air energy in the tarot, that some of you have not been feeling completely empowered. Even if you are an expert, it's almost like this is not trying to be ageist or anything, but it's just an example of what Spirit just gave me, which is if you work for a company and you've worked there for, let's say, 15 years, and then they bring in somebody younger to train you on something new, it could be awkward because you've been an expert in something for 15 years, but you might not know how to use a certain program that they've just introduced to the company, and now you have a 25-year-old teaching you how to do it, which is, I'm not knocking 25-year-olds. I was 20, we were all 25 once, right? And whoever is watching could still be in their 20s. It's just an example of feeling, there's a little bit of disempowerment, because this is the challenge position. There's a little sense of disempowerment, and also just you're not sure-footed, where something you maybe used to come very easily to you, and you used to have all the knowledge associated with. It's almost like now, they said it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. There's something about age here. I don't know if some of you are feeling insecure about your age, or you've come to this point in your life where you just kind of want to do things on your own. You're tired of playing nice or playing in groups. Let me get a clarifier on the King of Swords. Two cards came out. Four of Cups in reverse, Eight of Swords. This is the Four of Cups. Four of Cups talks about apathy, kind of not being able to see what's right in front of us, the opportunity to capture something that would leave us with a feeling of fulfillment. So it's like standing inside this pyramid shape, but not even realizing that the pyramid is there. It's this kind of higher consciousness I feel that you're disconnected from at this time. But when the Four of Cups is in reverse, it's kind of like we're trying to approach that higher source consciousness, because the Four of Cups talks about the Ace of Cups being brought in to sustain you, to give you sustenance. So when the card is in reverse, for me, it just feels like you're really trying very, very hard to incorporate some new energy into your life. And part of that energy could be patience and maturity, compassion, things like that. Things that you wouldn't normally, King of Swords wouldn't normally even think about those issues. But again, I'm feeling this age element for whoever I'm reading for. And maybe, part of getting older is like recognizing that sometimes we don't have to engage in the rat race as much as we think we do. We have a little bit less to prove, although some people might disagree with that. With the Eight of Swords here, there is some anxiety, right? This always reminds me of the spiral effect in the movie Vertigo by Alfred Hitchcock. This spiraling is a very big theme in the movie poster artwork and some of the artwork incorporated in the film. It's the sense of disorientation. And so with the Eight of Swords, there's this sense of like analysis paralysis and anxiety. And so you could, this is your challenge. This is the challenge position. How can we regain our footedness, our sure-footedness, understanding and have confidence in what the knowledge that we've already amassed. But there's part of you that is trying to incorporate a new aspect to that knowledge that you may not have had before, but it's causing you some trepidation because it feels unfamiliar. What are the successes? Knight of Swords. It's understanding that what you do know, you are communicating, and you are doing it very clearly. That's the purpose of the Knight of Swords. This knights always have very fast movement, and they always come in, especially in the upright, with a message. They come in with a message of information, of fact, of truth. It's something you can trust. But you see here, it's kind of disorienting as well, this imagery with the checkered floor and then the portal in the background, these kind of orbs spilling through. It's kind of like, yes, you're able to communicate what you know, but it's like your audience is disorienting. It's like you're communicating something, but your audience is, you're not sure if your audience is receiving the message in the way that you're delivering it. But this is, thank you, Spirit. Okay, I wasn't 100% on that one, and then Spirit confirmed it for me. Like, Spirit knew. I was hesitating for a minute, or I felt myself. I shouldn't have even said that, but I felt it, and then Spirit just confirmed it for me. So, like, you know who you are, and you know what you know, but the landscape of who you're delivering that message to might feel a little bit off-putting. But it's your success that you're still the one who retains that title of teacher, of expert, right? You don't have to worry about that. That's the thing that you have going for you. Because I feel a sense of worry about that. Like, I just heard somebody say, like, have I become obsolete? The answer is no. It's almost like you're the only one that can stand in this position and present your information to the crowd. Because it's almost like each one of these squares is now representing like a face, like an audience. Can I get a clarifier on the Knight of Swords, please? Six of Wands, victory. You see? This is a card of victory. Public recognition, awards, accolades. Yeah, you're still... Spirit brought this up in another reading, but I heard it again. Top dog. It's lonely at the top sometimes. You could have just, you could be in a position of promotion, and that's it. Thank you, Spirit. If you just got a promotion, you may be feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome. You may be feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome. And it might be causing you to kind of retreat or not express that fear. So you're kind of being very insular at this time. But you have to be careful of that, because Spirit doesn't want you really to be insular. They want you to be recognized, right? If you got this promotion, like, embrace it. You got it for a reason. You got it because you're an expert in your field. You got it because they need you to lead where others would only follow. I understand this energy. I got, when I got promoted a couple years ago, I felt, and in some sense I was totally unprepared for it. Completely unprepared. And it almost did me in. First year, almost did me in. But then you kind of, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. And after after a while, you know, you go through the ups and the downs and the learning curves. There's going to be a learning curve at every single chapter of your life. That's what growth is. And Spirit is wanting you to, number one, accept that you deserve it, and number two, embrace it and run with it. Because imagine this, right? So I said in the beginning, like, this is you looking out onto the crowd, and the crowd seems quite large in comparison to you. And this is the crowd from the opposite perspective, and this is you, right? And they're all kind of dutifully pointing their attention towards you and listening. And here you are radiating from your third eye, right? These messages of wisdom. Got the whole sun behind you. See how that what you need is that change of perspective, which is all about, you know, looking at things differently, like the Four of Cups in reverse. That's fascinating. I like that. I like that a lot. There could be a little bit of people watching you that are not like subordinates, I guess you would want to say. These feel like maybe bosses or like supervisors or something, or colleagues, but they're small. So there could be people watching in a different capacity that might be looking to see how you perform in this role, but it's almost like kind of embrace it. The King of Swords, it's like embrace your authority. And just because somebody may be coming in to teach you something new, or because you're in a new role, for some of you, it's something, are we shying away from it? That's the one big mistake that people make, no matter what your age. If you think you know everything already, you stop learning, you stop growing, you stop evolving. And that's like death, you know? Spirit's advice, interesting. Tower, major arcana, representing Aries and Scorpio energy. Tower is great shock, awe, upheaval, surprise, kind of shaking you out of a place of stagnancy or complacency or resignation, just kicking you right on your butt, saying, let's go. Things weren't working out the way that they were going before, and you have to embrace the change. The more you resist the change, the more change I'm going to bring. So it's a little lecture-y from Spirit, but let me get a clarifier. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Wands is my least favorite knight, because this knight tends to be a little unreliable, a little fly by the seat of our pants, and really passionate, but just kind of you know, whizzing by and not really consistent. And this is consistency. So it's kind of like Spirit telling me that we have to shake up this consistency, because it's almost like too boring for you at this point. That Spirit needs you to kind of step into your divine power and be a little brave for yourself. They're not going to give you a choice, and it's not meant to be like a scary message, but you may start to notice things falling away that don't belong or that were not serving your highest good. Allow them to fall away. Ultimately, the Tower is a positive card because it signifies growth. And that's what we're here to do. So that's your reading, air signs. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, air signs.